think it gets to the point where, so brands naturally started contacting me. Target very early on came to me and said, we'd really love to work with you. You embody everything that we're about. So I work with brands that only I would obviously wear myself. People don't realise it, but I say no a lot. And I say no a lot for several different reasons. A lot of the time it's price point, and a lot of the time I just don't like the stuff and I'm like, it doesn't look good on me. I'm so bad at selling stuff that I don't like.
You have to be authentic.
Everything is personal. So I feel like it's like an extension of my personal wardrobe.
Right.
I have to be that comfortable in it. And I also choose everything that's on the site. I've always personally sort of curated everything on the site and also everything on my Instagram. So that's really important to me.
And how much do you split your time going, I'm going to actively go out and how did you approach people too when you go, okay, I want to
make
these
a business
brands are
of
coming
it?
to me, what were your next steps of going, I'm going to go to people and see if they want to be a part of this?
Yep. So I had really good connections with other bloggers.
Right.
And I think a lot of the time women hold their information in and they, information is power these days, especially with media and social media and I'm still learning so much and I have a big team around me, I suppose, that work for themselves as well, but we all talk all the time. Right. We talk on WhatsApp, we talk on text, and we're talking about, things that are happening on Instagram or Facebook or websites, how to grow. Always it's how to grow, how to be bigger, how to be better, and how to improve. So I suppose I made that decision, like you asked that question before about kind of taking that leap and saying, this is not a hobby anymore, this is a business. And I think it turns into a business when you're taking people's money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, I'm still a very affordable way to advertise. And I think people might not even realise that I make money from this, and that's okay. So I do obviously sponsored posts, and still 50% of my content would be what I want to push.
Yeah.
It's things that I buy and then I shoot myself. And I have a team around me. I have video guys and obviously photographers that do all of this work for me, and I've got to pay them.
Yeah.
So I try and explain to smaller brands that come to me and say, I'd really love to promote this top, and I'm like, I would too. So let's try and make a partnership out of this.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, I've launched a lot of small businesses and I've helped them and I've mentored them, and I still do that a lot. And small biz is going to be a huge part of the next phase for iHeart. It's sort of like the heart of iHeart.
Yeah.
Because I think bargains, yes, it's really big, but I've got this massive community of women now, as you guys do. You've got to be responsible, I think, in a way to go, how am I going to give back? How am I going to help these guys?
Yeah.
I really want to help single mums. I think it's the hardest job in the world.
Absolutely.
And I'm lucky to have that support. A lot of people are at home sitting up really late on their computers or literally physically making. There's this whole world now of, they're calling them, it's MIY, so it's not DIY, it's make it yourself. So they're making earrings or making tables or whatever it may be. So I want to help them launch, because I've got now a platform that I can do that.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10 that's free. So that's me saying to them, send me pictures, send me really good pics. How can we style it? How can I help you promote your brand? You're in Australia, you're a mum, I want to help you out. So I have conversations like that every day, lots of them, of people saying, how can I get on your site? How can I be promoted? So I help a lot of small businesses like that as well, and that's really important to me. So there's that side of the business that's, fashion and working with bigger brands and understanding that I obviously won't promote anything that I don't love.
Yeah.
I've got to love it. And most of the brands that I work with now, I work with Bunnings and Kmart and all these really big brands, they get how it works and they get how I operate. And I am different, I think, in the sense that I won't just do everything and take it on. So, and it's about working on my own projects as well. So I've got lots of cool stuff coming up with small businesses and also a single mum project that I really want to get into and start recording and stuff, which would be really cool. Might sound shit to some people, but I can't work with my kids.
Yeah.
I had a
That's
really...
not shit at all, it's impossible.
I couldn't agree more.
But some people do it.
I don't know how. Maybe for an hour and a half while they sleep, or 2 hours, but...
But yeah, and I also can't stand, if I do lots of writing, so I think, oh God, and Clementine's come out of day sleeps now, so I don't get that time. So it might be a movie or something. I can't do that, flip my laptop open, be a freaking genius, and then expect that she's going to be okay with that as well. I don't do that. So what I did very early on, which may or may not be relatable, I had a really hard conversation with my husband to say, I need a nanny. So Clem got very sick at childcare, and I just needed to make an executive decision for me, if I'm going to have those chunks of time, I need someone in my house. So I've got a beautiful nanny that works a couple of days a week for me, and I do the big chunks of either my shoots or my, my work in that time, and then the other time I'm with the kids, or I'm doing school. I said to Monty before, I do school pickup. I'm kind of old school with that sort of thing. I like to be still hands-on with the kids, make dinners and do all that sort of stuff. So I needed that chunk of time though, and what I've recently done, of which I don't know whether it's me or how I've been brought up, but I was always like, I'm paying. So the nanny I pay for. There was just no buts about it. I didn't want my husband paying for it and then me working, and then it wasn't worth me working at all. You know how childcare, it all adds up?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I've just spent my entire wage on childcare. And I think a lot of people at home...
Totally, yep.
It's so frustrating because they might be just at the start of something, but it's costing them, the money's going straight out the door.
Yeah.
So what I did very early on was say, okay, I need to make that amount of money to make this work. And I was very fortunate that I got into a state of, having clients, and I could kind of work like that. And I do a lot of, for the first 2 years, I didn't make much money at all. It was like, we called it coffee money. My husband was like, oh, how much coffee money did you make?
Yeah.
But I stuck with it because I knew it was something different, and I knew that it had legs. And I did lots of other work. Obviously I was in marketing and PR, so I did lots of consulting on the side. So for a long time there, I was running both. And now I just said to you guys before, we've got this, it's kind of like a studio out the back of our house, and I've just been able to separate my work life, because at the moment my office is in the house. And literally I was doing a call the other day, and Jude comes in and he's like, Mum, where's my trucks? And rah! And he's the screaming. And I just had to say to this, and most of the people I work with know I've got kids, so I'm very open with that. And I think people are a lot more accepting of that
so now. Too, yeah.
You can say, I've got kids, sorry, I've got to go, or whatever. But yeah, I never worked with the kids and under my feet. And it was my most stressful when I was kind of in that zone of, I didn't have anyone helping me at home. I had my parents, and they'd be or my mum doing, she'd go, I'll give you 3 hours. And then it'd be like 2 hours, and she'd be like, oh, he's sort of unsettled, and be like, oh, I didn't get my time. And it would really upset me. My anxiety went to an all-time high. I had to go and see a psychologist. I had to just unravel all this stuff in me, because I was like, this is heavy. I'm trying to...
I think a lot of women are going, who are trying to start a business on their own, are in that space now. It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard, and I think a lot of people don't talk about it. So I talk about it a lot, probably too much. Like my friends are like, shh, calm down with that. We've heard that.